Hi Tana, just looking at your rough draft here. You got index, works page. I don't know if you need this portfolio page. I did try to look at it. It looked similar to what you have here. So let's see. CSS, this all looks correct. Your fonts, images, okay. So if I go into Sublime, I can open up your files, my downloads. Oops. Okay, so we'll look up index, and I'll open up your works page and your CSS file. I don't think you have much in your CSS. You have artist TTF in here, but your only style you have in here is a universal style for Dana. So on your works page, you might want to, in the title, indicate that this is the works page so that it shows up on the tab in the browser. So do that to both the works and home page. One way of doing it is just leaving it, Tana Lee Designs, and then, maybe adding some sort of character. You could also do an option 8 and get the bullet if you want. I would just use the shift to get the little divider there. Some reason you have two style sheets connected, or wait, maybe that's a Google font. But usually when you use a Google font, you have to hook it up in two different places. There's usually a snippet of code that goes in the head, and then there's usually a snippet of code that goes in the CSS file too. So I'll show you. Let me look at your design here. I think I have it in my downloads somewhere. I might have to go looking for it, honestly. Pause the video maybe just a second. Okay, so we do have this here and this here. So I can see kind of what you want here. So if we go into, let's just start with the home page. We'll go in here. So we have the head, body, header, nav. So we do have a search thing there. Put that in there in a figure, and it's a link. We have the logo as a link. I'm not seeing any closing figure tags. So one thing we might want to do, this is what I would do. I would leave the logo in there. You can leave it wrapped in a figure tag, but I would do a closing figure here. Let's add this Facebook stuff in later, maybe. And you're having it linked to an image, the same image, instead of going to like your Instagram. So you might want to actually have the link, the ahref link to your like Instagram page. But I'm going to take these out, or like maybe I'll Command C those and then like put them in a different and save them for later, and then also put a closing figure tag on those, because if you're going to put a figure tag, something inside a figure tag, it does need to have a closing figure tag. So I'm going to delete that. Okay, and then the href for your logo should be the home page. So, because the logo should be clickable to the home page on any page of your website. So let's just Command C the href off of home here in the nav, and let's add that here. Okay, and then images logo. You might want to capitalize these. I don't know if you have to capitalize logo yet. Okay, so with the navigation, we do want to have that in a nav tag. Much like we did in our walkthrough. I think maybe it got deleted because I do see the closing nav tag there. So nav ULLIA, this should all work decently. And then the header, so that looks good. And then you've got main, footer, body. Okay, I'm just making sure all of this looks good. Okay. So we put a figure class Tana on the image of you, which is a link, which we don't need to make every image a link. So we can take that off, unless you really do want to link it to something specific. And then you do have a fig caption with closing fig caption, but we don't have a closing figure tag. So let's go ahead and add that in, okay? Because there is a closing figure tag that needs to happen. You do have the fig caption inside with the image on top. The alt tag looks pretty good. Okay. Now you have an article tag and a section tag. Cats. Figure class. Lots of figures with classes on them. I don't think you have closing figure tags because that seems to be one way of doing this too. Usually sections are within articles, so I almost want to do this, Command X, so I took out the closing article tag and put it here. The aside, I don't know if you actually need. How we get rid of that? Now the article is broken up into sections almost. So think of the article as the parent, and then the sections inside as, I don't know, babies, and their siblings with each other. Okay, so here's this section, and it has the H1 inside of it, and the P tag. And, okay. So there's the first section, here's the second section, which includes these images with fig captions, and with a closing tag here. So that looks good. Figure, class, cats, href, images. So we don't need to link these images to the same image. So you can take the links off these images. You might want to keep the fig caption on there, that's a nice touch, but you do need to close your figure tag out. So go ahead and do that. So this is all one chunk here, okay? Same, let's see, this is the couple. So we would do the same thing here, close that out, and take the links off. Because it's linking to the exact same JPEG. So there's no reason to do that unless you're linking to a larger JPEG. Oops. And then fig caption, figure. Okay, we do have a closing figure there. I'm moving this link again. No need to have every image be a link. Fig caption. We need to close this figure tag. Oops. The one that's for books. Okay, and then we have another figure of Bob. It does not have a closing figure tag, so we'll add that in. Fig caption looks good, but this is also a link that doesn't necessarily need to be one. Okay, so that's looking a lot better. I saved that. Let's go ahead and, is that right? I don't know if, I'm on the right, I'm on the works page, so that's why. Home. Okay, so that's what we got now. It looks pretty much, probably close to the same thing that you had before. But let's go back in here. Oh, and the navs, okay. I've made a mistake there. Okay, you did have an opening nav tag, it just got lost. But make sure your figure is above the nav, and then the UL and LI are inside that. Okay, so one thing you could do is you could do a file open, and you could open up the style sheet from our HTML CSS that we did, and you could, let's just say that this is it. You could copy over all of the nav styling. So I would copy all of this over. So the margin padding, box sizing, and then all of the nav styling. Command C, go back into your style sheet and paste the nav styling and the universal styling of the margin padding and box sizing border box. Put all of that into your style sheet. And then if we go in here, we can refresh. Why isn't this refreshing for me? Did I do it on the wrong thing? I wonder if your style sheet isn't hooked up correctly. I am going to take this extra thing out because I don't really know what this is. Maybe I don't think it was working anyway, honestly. But so we need a style sheet link. Let's go into the the file open, and let's go into the index page of the CSS demo, and let's go here under title and do a Command C to get this same style sheet, and W, and now I'm back into your index, and I'm going to replace this. Okay, so your style sheet link should look like this: style sheet type /CSS style sheet href ./css style.css. Okay, so this is really what you need to put in there underneath your title on the home and on work. So Command C, let's go into your work page. Let's link this up to the style sheet. Save that, save this, and then save this, because I did copy and paste the nav styling and the universal styling here from the demo that we did. And let's see if this works. Okay, so that now it's working. Okay, and I also want to show you how to use Google Fonts so that you can change your fonts to match your design that you made a little bit closer. So Google Web Fonts, you can go here. We can browse fonts. Let's say I like this Inclusive Sans. I can click on that, scroll down. Maybe I like this italic one, although italic, I don't think I do actually like italic, but maybe I like the one above it, regular 400. And I'm going to remove that one because I don't actually like it. So if we want to use this, we have to copy this into the head of our HTML, this code here. So we just need to push copy. We need to go into our HTML, put it underneath your style sheet link on both pages, save it as well. And then in the style sheet, you also have to put another snippet of code. This is a two-step process. So you need a snippet of code in your both HTML pages in the head of your HTML. And then this is CSS that you need to put in as well in your style sheet. So we'll go into style. Let's say that I only want my H1s to be this. Oops. So I'm going to take off this one. This one wasn't supposed to be in there. So font family, Inclusive Sans, or if there isn't Inclusive Sans, use a sans serif. This is the fallback font for H1. Is that how you do that? I don't know. Yeah, you do have an H1 in here. So, and I did style. It's just lowercase. So, so on the home page, hopefully your H1 does update to the font that it did. Okay. Everything is underlined, which is kind of weird. I think it's because it's a link, which we don't want everything to be a link. So somewhere there's a link in here that's causing everything to look like a link. So we might have to look through your code and figure that out. Anyway, I'm running out of time on this video, so we'll talk to you later.